All right, NASCAR family, let's talk about a stat that's flying under the radar right now, because one driver has quietly been better than every single person in the Cup Series field over the last month. He's not leading the point standings, he's not the guy everybody's talking about, but the numbers don't lie, and today we're breaking down exactly why this could matter a whole lot heading into the chase. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation news is just getting started. We are pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. So here's the story. According to Racing Insights, Gibbs Racing's Ty Gibbs has scored 216 points over the last 5 Cup Series races. That's the highest total of anyone in the entire field over that stretch. Not top 5, not top 3, the highest period. Now let's talk about which races we're actually looking at here, because context matters. This 5-race stretch spans Sonoma, Chicagoland Speedway, EchoPark Speedway, North Wilkesboro Speedway, and Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's a road course, a mile and a half, a short track, another short track, and one of the sport's biggest crown jewel events. Different track types, different challenges every single week. And Gibbs has been the most productive driver in the field through all of it. That's not luck. That's a team executing at a high level no matter what kind of racetrack shows up on the schedule. You know, it's the kind of consistency that often separates the legitimate championship threats from everybody else in the playoff field. And that's exactly the conversation this stat is starting. But here's the thing. Gibbs isn't just quietly sneaking onto this list. He's actually created a real gap over some of the biggest names in the entire sport. Let's run through it. Sitting in second place over the same 5-race span is Chase Briscoe with 192 points. Right behind him, Joey Logano with 188. Then Christopher Bell at 187. Ryan Blaney comes in at 183. Denny Hamlin sits at 178. Shane Van Gisbergen is at 175. Carson Hocevar has a 162. Austin Cindric sits at 148. And William Byron rounds out the group at 147. Think about that list for a second. That's former champions, playoff regulars, some of the biggest stars this sport has. And Ty Gibbs outscored every single one of them over these last 5 races. Now, why does this matter more than just being a cool stat? Well, race wins naturally grab all the headlines. Everybody talks about who crossed the line first. But points accumulated over several weeks often give you a much better picture of which teams are actually unloading fast race cars and maximizing every single opportunity they get. And that's exactly what the NUM 54 team has been doing. Rather than relying on one big standout performance to carry the stretch, Gibbs has continued stacking stage points, piecing together strong finishes, and banking valuable race points nearly every single weekend. That's the kind of steady, repeatable formula that playoff teams need once the format tightens up. Let's put some real numbers behind just how big this gap actually is. Gibbs' 216-point total over these last 5 races is 24 more points than second place Briscoe. And get this, it's 38 more points than championship leader Denny Hamlin over that exact same stretch. Let that sink in for a second. The current points leader in the entire Cup Series has been outscored by 38 points over the last month by a teammate who isn't even leading the standings himself. That tells you just how efficiently the number 54 team has been performing lately. Now here's what makes this timing so interesting. Just a few months ago, Gibbs was still searching for that week-to-week consistency needed to really establish himself among the Cup Series elite. That wasn't necessarily a guarantee. But right now, he's producing exactly the kind of sustained weekly results that championship contenders rely on once the pressure ramps up. And with the regular season winding down and the chase approaching, the timing honestly couldn't be much better for Gibbs and this Gibbs Racing team. So here's where it leaves us. If Gibbs continues scoring points at this pace, he's not just going to slide into the postseason as another name on the playoff grid. Based on what we've seen over these last 5 races, he'll arrive as one of the hottest competitors in the entire NASCAR garage. So NASCAR Nation, here's my question for you. Does a 5-race stretch like this make Ty Gibbs a real championship threat once the chase begins? Or does he still need to prove it when the stakes get even higher? Drop your take down in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the NASCAR Nation news family. We'll see you in the next one.